My logic on the whole fact that I get the whole point of Ben Shapiro. I understand nothing comes from for free. I definitely understand that. But if you're already taking money out of my taxes or taxing me, period, why can't you just tax me enough to afford my housing, my health care, my food? If I get food stamps, say, for anything, whether I have a job or not, people get fired tomorrow. Like, you never know what the next day is going to be like. And I have to say, if you're already going to take it out of my check, at least just tax me enough to where I can afford to live. Because at the end of the day, you have never slept on a bus stop bench. And I know for a fact my father, a veteran of the United States Army, was homeless majority of the time of his life. The last year of his life, the veteran military help that was actually kicked in for him took effect, and he had a year full of shelter until he passed away out of his whole life. So no, if we're gonna work our whole entire life for this country, sweat, blood, and tears, which I don't mind, by the way, and I have to say, in whichever way necessary, in ways that might be and could be judged by others, just to afford food to be on my family's table so I don't have to be on food stamps, but then the health care and the cost of living and the minimum wage is the same. However, the other two are rising and nothing is changing. Please explain to me how a person that saw my father be homeless his whole life, work for nothing, die with nothing. And yes, I grant to admit, I love the fact that you keep emotion out of things, and that is the reason I have to say, I've seen poor. I've seen wondering, what are you going to eat tomorrow? Where am I going to sleep tonight? Where am I going to be out of the cold? What am I going to do? And there is nothing that no one else can provide by the luck or the grace of God, which you worship, and I as well, but I'm not Jewish, have to say someone might take you in on the chance they are perhaps religious, which, like I said, our government likes to be involved in, which I also don't agree with, because if no one has that heart, no one's taking your ass in to sleep. No one's feeding you food. You're getting penalized for having food or selling food or even giving food to the homeless on the side of the street because you're not a authorized vendor. So I'm confused, because where is it that our poor people, and no, we do not live like the people that perhaps live in Africa that like to promote on TV, which, like I say, they have economy that is great as well that they do not promote. Same with Mexico. They want you to not go to these places and invest in their economies because they want you to invest in this one. So I have to say, if I'm going to work for the rest of my life, okay, and still end up being homeless at the age of 70 with no food, cannot afford my medication, definitely could not afford a doctor bill in today's time standards in any measure. Please explain to me why there's not a set anything coming out of my check when I actually am employed that would ensure my housing, my food, my health care. If doctors were at a set rate, they don't get to pick and choose how the fuck much they pay or I'm sorry, how much they make on doing a heart transplant compared to another heart transplant. It should be the same across the board. Like, no, something is wrong. Someone is off. Someone is being overpaid for doing less than need be. And I have to say, it's very rigged. Somewhere in there, if you want to say capitalism is the answer to everything, well, how is it that a person can work hard their whole entire life and everything be taken from them in a week, a month, of this, or anything, any time period, because someone else came back from anywhere, including, like you say, Kavanaugh, and want to say, oh, well, you owe this, or oh, well, you did this, or oh, well, you did that. Oh, guess what? You have a charge from like 18 years ago, and now we're going to lock you up for the rest of your fucking life. Like, what? Please explain to me where it ends. Like, if you've never been poor, can you truly speak on the matter? I wonder. And I do support and agree and love listening to you. Your logic is amazing, but